Andre Hector. How you doing today, sir?
Welcome, everybody. This is Andre Hector, radio personality, motivational speaker.
We also have with us today Mr. Bill Gooden. How you feeling, sir?
I'm good, man. Thank you. I'm still kicking.
Yeah, he's also the co-owner of the National Black Unity News. And we also have Mr. Kareem Moore, I believe.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm still here. And with that being said, we want to welcome all our listeners because I know this is some trying times. And I also know that a lot of people are going through some serious changes. And Mr. Satavi Jahi, so Mr. Jahi, you got it, sir.
All right. Thank you, David. Today's reading, Kelly Motivations for African American Success by Mr. Dennis Kimbrough, who's also the author of Think and Grow Rich, The Black Stories. April 6th, love, the great equalizer. There's more pleasure in loving than in being loved. Janae Ash, photographer and wife of former tennis great Arthur Ashe. Unquote. The real secret of success is love. We must love ourselves enough to know that we are worthy to succeed. You can gauge how well you are succeeding in this game called life by the number of loving relationships you have. Without this recognition of love, the idea of success rings hollow. True love comes to us every moment of each day, disguised in many forms, from every possible angle. It is up to us to accept this love into our hearts. There's nothing more important than love. It's humanity's greatest experience. Love is the one emotion that determines for each of us the space we will occupy in the hearts of our fellow men and women. It is the solid foundation upon which all of humanity is based. You are love. In other words, you are not only your brother and sister's keeper, you are your brother's and sister's brother, and so it's important to remember that. A man came up to two boys fighting in the park. He took one aside and began to spank him for his inappropriate behavior. An observing bystander came up to the man and asked indignantly why he didn't do anything to the other boy. The man responded that the child he was disciplining was his son, and he loved him dearly. He loved him enough to teach him lessons for the future. Real love is selfish and free from fear. It pours itself out upon the object of its affection without demanding any return. The love cannot be demanded, it must be given. Today I will express my love for others. And one of the ways we can express our love for others is making sure that when we do go out and about, that, hey, we got our masks on, as my wife reminds me, got our gloves on, and that you're wiping things down so that you do not get the coronavirus and you do not end up affecting anybody else. So with that said, that's our reading for today, and glad to be able to be here on this podcast. Looking forward to our discussion tonight.
Okay, fantastic. As we quoted before, we're going to be discussing current events, and the most current event is this virus that's taking place all over the world and how it is affecting people. They got future analysts about projections, if you want to call it that, about how many people are going to die from this virus, how many people may be affected by this thing here, the precautions that we should take. And so I've been in the media for a long time. I get information from all types of sources. They've been doing it for a long time. Some things are so earth-shaking, I put it that way,
Right.
that it's hard to sleep at night sometimes. And I can't be sure 100% if the information is true or not, but still, just the thought of it, because
Just the
there is
thought.
possibility. We all know, we have all watched TV shows, movies where disasters have taken place, people scheming to take over the world. We all seen all types of movies and stuff, but where did these ideas come from? Where did these thoughts come from? And we do know that power is a hell of a thing, excuse my expression. People will go to any lengths to achieve it. People will kill. People will kill masses of people. That's what wars are all about. We, the people of this earth, have to deal with it, the aftermath. And that's what we're dealing with now. Like I said, there's all types of scenarios of how this thing came to be. But nevertheless, it is. People are actually dying. And the old thing, Brother Satavi just spoke on one powerful subject. One of the more powerful forces on earth is love. Now it's even difficult for people even to love because of this violence. People are afraid to touch one another. I tell people all the time that I have a lot of grandchildren. I haven't seen them almost over a month. Haven't touched them, and they're not even a mile and a half away from me.
That's right.
And it's tough. It's truly tough, man. You can't hug your grandbabies and stuff, man. You can't even have them over, man. Sometimes they can, work your nerves, but that's your second generation, and it's difficult.
It is.
But they do have these things, but it's nothing like the touch and being there in person. Like we can do what we're doing with this podcast. We can look at one another and all of these other things. But that touch thing, there's power to that. It's that human connection. There's all types of theories out there, even from babies. They does studies on babies with if I don't care who the baby is, if a nurse would pick them up, hold them, and caress them, their whole attitude changes. But if a baby is left alone, they're miserable, and they grow up with that. And so it had long-lasting effects on us. And this thing here, what we're going through, is already having effects on all types of people. Young people, children used to going to school every day, their human touch, and now they're all locked down. People, like I said, I hear all kinds of things. People doing crazy, people going stir crazy, sitting in these houses.
Right.
You can look on news and stuff. They doing all dancing and doing everything else, trying to keep themselves busy. But nevertheless, life goes on, and we just have to deal with certain things. And I'd like to announce tonight is this, because like I say, the National Black Unity News is going on. It's going forth.
That's
and
right.
Today we posted our April issue, April, May, and June issue. It's a lot of information in there, a lot of deep information about this virus. We had I think about 8 or 9 articles relating to that. And then there's other articles that's mentioning it. And my article is about this. It's about us. So that's what I'm mostly concerned about. My article is this. I always tell people, like my new saying is, when white other folks, I put it that way, because we deal with all types of groups and nationalities, races of people. But black people, when the economic base is being tested, when other folks get a pinch, we get the punch. And we, like I said, we the first hard, last hard and first hard. There's going to be some serious shakeup in the black community. Those of y'all who used to call yourself comfortable with this and that's going to change. A lot of things, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be changed. I don't know how bad this thing may get. But I know one thing about us as a people, we are resilient people. Over the time, we have overcame so many incidents and throughout history. We had atrocious things that happened to us, from slavery, all kinds of things that have taken place. The civil rights movement, beaten and spit on, hit in heads and stuff. We've been through it all. But this is something that we've never seen before. This is a new deal. And this deal here that not only affects black, but it's affecting people all over the world. And but so what are we as a people going to do about it? First and foremost, like I said in the beginning, it's about self-survival. You can go out there and act foolish, you don't think nothing can happen to you. But things will, and they can, because it's happened to a lot of folks right now. And even if you don't care, you can pick it up and bring it back home to all types of people. You can affect so many people by your lack of sensitivity or your lack of care. So like I said, we
Can I,
are our brother's keeper. You know what you want to say?
now, I just want to say, because I learned how child closed up, because I mean, even in terms of, like you said, in terms of expressing uh, uh, love, then we have to love each other to try to distance ourselves and isolate ourselves from one another. And I have been saying to I mean, I've been watching a lot of people, a lot of even my friends, because they want to do good. They're having all these kind of food programs and everything. But when you got people lining up in line to get food, we may be doing more harm to people than we doing good to people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know people is in a crunch, but we have to have an organized effort in terms of trying to assist people other than putting people at risk. Because, I mean, just like there's a lot of information out there, but, lately they've been talking about this virus is going to be more devastating to black communities than other communities. So I'm saying that, we have an obligation, even when our people are good, man, we need to at least be saying, listen, I'm not telling you not to do good, but you need to find another way of doing good opposed to having people lining up, because we don't, it's like us talking right now, man. We don't know which one of us could possibly have this virus, because we don't have to even know that we have it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, what Satire was saying, I liked it, because, the love thing is awesome, but we have to love ourselves enough that even if we want to do good for people, we can't have people lining up in these times, because we may be doing more harm to our people than we're doing good.
I agree with you because we have to be extremely strategic about how we work with one another. Like you say, you can have people that say, yeah, people going to need food. We already know in the black community there's a food desert going on. We also know, like in senior citizen buildings all over this city, those folks can't get out, and they can't have nobody coming in. So they left to their own, and so you don't know what kind of situation they're in. Then when somebody offer food or something like that, they're gonna survive. So they're gonna come out, line up, all bunched up together, and then they bring this stuff back and kill half the place people in that place. But it's a damn if you do and damn if you don't situation. And so, and I got one strong suggestion that the only thing we can do, only thing I can really do is be strategic, but most important is pray.
Yes, ma'am.
And because I believe in a God that that can make all things possible. But for now, God works through His people, and we have to be smart. And like I said, a lot of people going to fall away, and death is that's what One thing about life is surely we're going to die. We don't know when, how, but it's going to happen. And so with this again, I want to share with everybody that the National Black Unity News is available now online. Right. So again, the National Black Unity News is up and running. We are seeking people to assist us because we are here to assist you. So get involved with the National Black Unity News. And at the same time, I'm gonna bring it back to Mr. Andre Hector. And Mr. Hector, you got the floor, sir.
Hello, sir. This is Henri Hector, radio personality and motivational speaker from the Henri Hector Show. Everybody, I want to welcome you, those of you who are listening live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Welcome and welcome to the show with the National Black Unity News. Um, it's been quite a week for all of us. We're still dealing with the coronavirus, and I can understand that it has changed the quality of all of our lives. Uh, I remember a few months ago it wasn't even like this, and everybody was enjoying one another. Everybody was out and doing their thing. But because of this unprecedented situation, this is where we are today. Uh, we're practicing social distancing. We have a curfew, 8 o'clock at night. Everybody's got to be in their house, and you're only allowed to come out during essential business and the employees who are essential. So what does that mean, Hector? So that means if you're essential, those things entitled things that continue to keep us and sustain our life, like the grocery stores are open, Mechanic shops are open because cars need to be fixed. People need to travel and get where they need to get. Um, the hospitals, of course, if you have subscriptions, you're able to go to pharmacy or Rite Aid or whoever is, supplying medical aid. Those places are open and so forth. So those are essential. We thank all of our service crew who are out there on the front lines, our police officers, number one responders, man. I mean, they're doing an awesome job and they're on the front lines. So we just want to thank them as well. The fire department, all those people who are working diligently to make sure that we are safe and that we get the medical treatment. This virus is spreading, y'all. There
Hmm.
is no curve right now. I got the latest reports in. These reports are taken from WBAL News Radio. The trackings and the case. Usually, I'll have a screen up where y'all can see the cases. But anybody who's interested in tracking the cases of the coronavirus, you can just go to Google search it. But what I get my sources from WBAL. So we have the latest here. The number of cases of coronavirus in Maryland continues to rise. On Monday, today, the number of confirmed cases from the state was announced to be 4,045, an increase of 436 cases since the day before. There has been 25,572 negative test results in the state. There are a total of 91 state confirmed deaths so far related to the COVID 19, 24 more than reported the day before. So, um, on behalf of the Honorary Hector Show, the National Black Unity News, our prayers go out to those in the time of your bereavement, even in the loss of your loved ones. We pray for you even in this time. These times are critical, but I want to remind you all that there is hope, and your hope should be built on nothing less than just looking to the Lord, from which cometh our help. All of our help comes from Him. Here are the numbers of cases and the deaths by county. Wow, we have 6 in Allegheny, Anne Arundel County, 343, Baltimore City, and and this is the death of you know the issue here, and we got 435 Baltimore County. We have 648 cases, and 11 people have, I believe, are dying, and there are more. Calvert County 40, Carroll. Uh, we have 150, Cecil 37 cases there, Charles 129, Frederick 138, Hartford 55, Howard County 214, Kent County 5, Montgomery 793. So we see a huge spike in this virus. We have to practice social distancing. It's very important. The governor has stated that we need to be wearing masks and PPE, personal protection equipment. Only come out if you have to. Uh, the cases of age is range. It has no age. Is everybody's getting this? So this is very important. This is serious. I have never experienced anything like this.
No one has.
I got the report from
None of
Jack
us
Young,
have.
our mayor, in dealing with the concern over the citizens. And again, I see this because he's talking about the citizens don't seem to be taking it seriously. But I could tell you, I'm out there. I work for the MTA. I'm out there. I'm in the metro mode. Uh, and, I see people on Pennsylvania, North Avenue. They're not in the house. They're not taking this seriously. They're out like they're on vacation. Mayor Young, he is concerned over the citizens not following the stay at home order. He says in a report to WBAL that Baltimore Mayor Jack Young, he was on the C4 show today actually, and he provided the latest updates on the Corona 19 virus here in the city. Although Young believes most citizens are obeying Governor Hogan's stay at home order and the social distancing guidelines, he is still concerned about the number of citizens who are not following the orders. If you guys are interested to listen to Mr. Jack Young, just click on WBAL and you can click on Jack Young. He's right there. You can listen to what he had to say. It's about a 16-minute clip there. It's reaching those young people and those who want to continue criminal activity. We all know that crime is still high in the city, and we're still continuing to deal with that issue here in Baltimore, and that's not letting up. So it's something that we really want to have no tolerance for. Young told WBAL News Radio on 1090 and FM and 101.5 on the C4 show. Young said the community needs to set up to help law enforcement identify people committing crimes. We got to help one another. That's what he's saying. He wants he went on to say it's frustrating to him, even through this pandemic, criminal activity continues to rise in Baltimore. He said they need to put the guns down, stop killing, and stay home. Young said he is not currently considering putting in place a curfew for the city, even though the governor had put in a statewide order to stay at home at a certain time. Keep in mind that uh, Young can also do something that will complement the governor's orders. So here's the situation here. Young is concerned as Southwest District of the Baltimore Police Department had to temporarily close over the weekend over one of its officers tested positive for the COVID-19. Due to this, 133 employees of the district had to be quarantined. Wow, that's a lot. While the district is closed for cleaning, and even just want to take you guys a little backtrack here. We had one of our coworkers here at the MTA, a lady who was tested positive on the bus. I don't know if you guys ride the public transportation, but when you look at the buses, there's a chain in front of the bus as you board the bus, and that's to force people to kind of walk to the back of the bus and enter there. That way you can avoid contact with the driver. And I was down in the stations, and people kept asking me, "Is the bus free? Is the bus free?" And everything else is free because of it. And I said, "No, it's not. I mean, everything is still, you gotta pay. You still gotta pay everybody. You gotta pay on the bus, on the light rail, and the metro. So you gotta pay." So while the district is closed for cleaning, the Eastern District had to be closed as well. One of our divisions to be cleaned. Now it's reopened. So my prayers go out to her, the young lady, the bus operator. I'm praying for you. And I know it's hard. So back to what Young said, other members of the department have stepped up the police in the area, and that's true because I have seen a whole lot of police officers in certain sections of the MTA. So I definitely see police presence out there, but at the same time, I still see people out there, and it's crazy because when you go out there, you see all these people with masks on. And if you look at some of the stores, you look on the ground, you see the markings, and their distance is 6 feet. So we see that the stores have implemented policies to maintain that distance. Wow, it's amazing. I don't think we're gonna lean away from this. I think it's gonna be here for a while. I think people are still gonna be kind of wary about all of this, and this is definitely a game changer for everybody. So that's the latest news of what's going on out here in the world, in our city, our state. But I have a guest here tonight, and that's what I would like to talk about today. Dealing with our current situation, have we considered our finances? Everybody knows that there is a check out there to stimulate the economy. We're going to dig deep into these points and principles that we may better enhance the quality of our life and govern ourselves accordingly. Okay, I have a young man. He grew up in the city of Baltimore. He went to Booker T. Washington Middle, Edmondson West Side High School, and worked for the MTA. Nice. And he did that for 12 years. As a young man, he was mentored by his uncle, who told him to learn about money and finances so he wouldn't be making the same mistakes as his uncle did. Now he's looking to become a community and city advocate to teach and help people with their finances. Everybody, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Kareem Moore. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. How you guys doing?
Doing awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Good, good. Yeah, I just wanted to start off. I thank you guys for letting me on the show. And I just wanted to tell everybody, please be safe out there. I got friends and family members of friends that actually caught the coronavirus, and a few of them have passed. So just please, everybody, stay home if you don't have to go out. But anyway, I'm gonna get right into this, man. I just want to say this could be our time as African Americans, man. If we really sat down and looked behind the scenes, okay. Most of us are looking at the coronavirus on TV, which is nothing wrong with that. I want you to stay in tune with what's going on. But I'm here today to show you how to go behind the scenes and look at things that are not on the front page.
Excellent.
So I don't even have like TV on my phone. I mean, I don't have TV in my house per se. So, but I have like Forbes magazine. I got the Fox 45 app. I got the CBS News, USA Today. I have Google Finance, Yahoo Finance, and CNN on my phone because I don't want the media to force me to see what they want me to see, if that makes sense.
Right. That makes
So,
sense.
if you can go, yeah, it makes perfect sense. So can you go to the first slide for me? I'm gonna get right into it real quick,
Not a
and
problem.
let me know when you guys are ready.
Okay.
So what I want to do today, I want to educate you guys on, and this is all public information. This is not like me making this up or anything like that. You can actually Google some of these things, but I want to make you aware of what's going on. So this hedge fund, this guy named, you guys got the slides up? You ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Okay. So the guy named Bill Ackerman, he said I made $2.6 billion off the Corona's market crash. So why everybody is panicking, pulling their money out their 401k plans, buying up toilet paper, there are people in the back making money. So on his page, he said at the time when most Americans are stuck at home, avoiding the coronavirus, billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman has had problems containing himself. That means he's so excited about what happened to himself. This week was a poorly timed humble brag. Like he's bragging about this. He said that in a letter he published on his website that he made $2.6 billion in less than a month by the outbreak. Okay,
Wow.
so he only invested $27 million on March 3rd in securities, and then here's what happened, man, which is crazy to me. It says investors got worried about companies struggling paying back their debt, and that what happened, he said, on Monday he made 9,500% return on his money. So in less than a month, he made 9,500% on his money. When everybody is panicking, pulling their money out, he's just basically sat back like a wolf and ate all the meat, man. So what I want to let y'all know is the black dollar is strong if we just come together and we're educated on money.
Right.
All right, we're falling behind because we're not educated on how money works. And we can be educated on money works. How can I be educated on money? We got the WWW, which is the World Wide Web, which I call it the World Wide of Wealth. You can Google anything nowadays. If you're falling behind, you don't know about your 401k plan. Most of the time, the jobs not, or banks or credit, they're not going to teach you this stuff, and the schools are not going to teach you this stuff. So
Right.
it's time for us to start educating ourselves. We got to learn about money. They're making money behind the scenes off of us, if that makes sense. We need to learn about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, okay? Every African American, in my humble opinion, need an investment license. We got more liquor stores than we have anybody learning about money on our corners. In fact, I don't know if you guys know, over the last since the coronavirus has been going on,
Right.
bars and liquor stores have been up. Their sales have been up 300%, man.
I believe it.
Which means they're making, yeah, 300. That's just ridiculous to me. 300%. So, like I said, only 2% of African Americans have an investment license, which is a
Right.
tragic. Uh, so go ahead to the next slide for me.
Not a
The
problem.
next slide. Go to the next slide. It says we're going to talk about life insurance real fast. So a
Is
lot of
this the
customers right now they're
Forbes?
getting, yes, the Forbes, yes.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to say is most of us don't. Most of us African Americans we don't have no life insurance. So when we die, we got to use GoFundMe, which
Right.
is sad. Most
I've
of us
seen that
got
a lot
insurance
on
on our job.
social media.
Yeah, we
People
need to
use the
get
GoFund.
insured. Yeah, but what they don't understand is when you go to like when you die, you can't go to them and say, hey, look, I got a GoFundMe page. Can you bury us? They're not going to take that. So now you got to keep your family members on ice for days at a time until you bury them. And now they're going to charge you some. And most time they even throw the body out, man. So what I'm saying is
Mm.
to you, just get life insurance now. Here's why I'm telling you get life insurance now. A lot of people are going to get affected by the coronavirus. Most insurance companies are not going to insure you if you get it.
Now that's new to
Get
me.
you some life insurance. Yeah, because what's happening is they don't want to insure you because you're going to become a bill to them.
You're
So get
Guaranteed
life
risk.
insurance.
yeah, high risk.
Go ahead. Yes, you're
High risk.
a super high risk. But we got to
Wow.
understand the reason the black community are dying because most of us don't have it, which means we put our family in debt when we die.
Right.
The
That's
average
true.
American, most of us only have about 10, 15,000 in life insurance if we do die. You know, get you some life insurance. Get 100,000, 200,000. That's a way to transfer wealth back into your house if you die.
Some of
Oh,
these
you had a
people are
question?
not worried about that. To be honest with you, they're
Well,
worried about the next
and
dollar,
that, and that,
how they can gain,
yeah,
and they're not thinking about
yeah,
finances because, to be honest with you, some of this stuff wasn't taught to them when they were coming up. Like, can you name me a few black
yeah,
communities where they grew up learning about how to manage your money? I mean, I was, to be honest with you, I wasn't one of them. This is very
yeah. I
important
wasn't one
information,
myself.
and people need to really look at this.
Yeah. I really wish they would, man, because you're killing your kids and you're also killing your grandkids. It's taking 3 to 4 generations before we're able to recover because of the debt we're leaving behind. But if you get a simple insurance policy, you can take care of all that. Your family won't have to struggle. All right, you won't leave your burdens for the next generation. Our
Exactly.
goal, I'm talking about as men, should be leaving for 3 to 4 generations at a time. We should be preparing our grandkids, kids. So my
That's right.
goal is to share this with everybody, so we won't have to keep struggling. And here's what's happening. Can you go to the next slide about the wealth today?
Yep. We're
Yep,
going to the
got it.
next
All right,
slide.
all right. So here's what's happening. Look at the black household. Then this was last year. This is 2019. Okay. I don't even know what it's going to be. I don't know where we're going to be at on the scale when the coronavirus is over. So the black family average was $3,600 per household.
Hmm.
That means if
Wow.
something's happened, they only got $3,600 to live off on. How long that $3,600? How long is that going to last?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Because when you talk about that 3,600, are you saying that's what they got saved?
That's what they.
Or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
okay,
what they have
I just
saved.
want to be clear.
Yes, sir. No problem. Yeah, that's what the average household have saved. And we've been
So
around
these
longer than
statistics are
pretty much.
taken back in 2019.
This is 2019. This is not even current to date yet.
Wow.
But
And everybody
I want
that's
us to be
looking,
able.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Everybody that is looking, he's definitely talking about the modern family wealth, and this was taken back in 2019. These are astonishing statistics. I mean, as we look out in our community, we can clearly see who's doing what and who's doing not at all. I mean, these are numbers. I'm just being honest with you. We really have to take a different approach about this. When you look out in your community and you go into your stores, who's serving you? Think about that. Who's serving you?
Uh-huh.
And you put yourself in a position where we can do better, but are we going to do better? Just to interrupt you for a second, I was talking to a gentleman who owns a tag and title shop. He's from Africa. This was a couple of years ago, and he was explaining to me how in his family, his friends and whatever the case may be, how every paycheck they would put a certain percentage of their paycheck in a pot, and
Mm.
every month they would lobby and throw in some type of a lobby with names in it, and then whoever was in that list, they were awarded a portion of that money to do some things they needed to get done, maybe buy a house or whatever the case may be. And they did this every month. And it was interesting because it was their money. It was put in by a collective group of people who saw a bigger picture. And I said, man,
Yes.
that's amazing. What if we could pull together and do something like that? Go on. But that was just something interesting that you said. Continue on, Mr. Moore.
Yeah. If we teach, well, first of all, I got to start off with us. We can do that. If we start off with connecting the dots with each other, and we start holding each other back, withholding information. Let's let's empower each other because everybody on this call has something that they can give to one another that I may not know, and vice versa throughout the world. So if we can connect the dots with each other and just find just a very few, it's going to start off with a few within the community and say, hey, look, let's lock arms. You gonna start this business, you start this one, and we all collaborate together. We can honestly go back. We can like this time right now. We can really buy our neighborhoods back. Like we could take the corner stores back. We could take all the money that's coming out of our neighborhoods, which takes about 30 minutes now to come out of our neighborhoods when we cash a check. We can now hold our neighborhoods back under our wing and stop the violence that's been going around. You get what I mean? Can you go to the last slide for me, very quickly? I'm gonna elaborate on
Okay.
this. I always love to educate people about Black Wall Street because a lot of people don't know. But what I want us to realize is we once had this. Okay, it was torn
Wow.
apart. Now I'm not gonna give you all the information because I want you to go read the books that are out there. And here's another food for thought. I would suggest um, you collect every single last information when it comes to Black history, put it in your house because they're going to start taking it out of school. Certain states already started. All right, they're not going to educate your kids. All right, we got Black History Month, which is great, but we're not outside of like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and a few others. That's all our kids know. Now we need to know about Black Wall Street, which was started by O.W. Gurley. This is back in the day, man. We had 600 businesses, we had churches, restaurants, groceries, everything you name today, we had it. And a lot of people
That's
waiting for the
amazing.
stimulus checks to come back. Yeah, so what we can really, really do right now, if a few of us, if we do get the stimulus checks back or whatever they trying to do,
Right.
about 10, 15 you guys get together. Don't spend the money. Don't give it back to the government. All right. They allow you to have this little bit of money, which is your money anyway. If you
Right.
take that money, we can start rebuilding. We already got some churches, but now we need the blocks. Now we need some land. You get what I mean?
Right.
Now we need to take the business back. Like
Control
you
the
said
land, you
before,
control everything else.
we control everything else, man. We can take our schools back to educate our kids the way we want to educate them. We could take back airplanes. We could take everything back. We can own our own grocery stores. We can even our health. We can own the hospitals and make sure we're healthy now. Because most of the time we only have health insurance. So
That's
what I want
true.
to leave you with is we can really come together and rebuild Black Wall Street if we come together. Like right now, we have time to come up with our business ideas that we didn't get a chance to sit down and think about. We can call a best friend and start talking like, hey, buddy, what you want to do for the future. Now would be the time to get it back because a lot of businesses are going out of business, which means the lots are going to be empty, which means a lot of investors are going to come back into the neighborhood and take those stores back. But I want it to be us this time. I want us to take our black money, which we spend trillions of dollars on other things other than ourselves, back into the community. Black Wall Street back in the day, the average dollar went around 80 times, 80 to 100 times before it even left the neighborhood.
Right.
Now it's 30 to 45. Now it's 30 to 45 minutes. You see how fast that is now?
That's fast.
That's
You
super
know, I
fast.
was
That means
sitting up here and I
your
was
check
thinking about that because me and you had a conversation quite a few days now. And when you bring up the fact that we had a Black Wall Street, I was astonished because this was not in the history books. This wasn't taught to
no,
me in school. And these are the kind of things that we as a community need to think about. Since my kids have been home from school, to be honest with you, I kind of thank God in a sense. Not because of the virus and everything, but because my children have an opportunity to learn about how to survive, how to take care of
yeah,
themselves, and, to get educated. And my ex wife, Phyllis, she definitely is a teacher, and she's been teaching my kids. And she's home right now. Y'all continue to pray for her, and as she's dealing with all the madness that's going on around us. But my kids are. I just thank God she's there educating my kids, and this is some wealthy information. I mean, Black Wall Street, 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores. And I have a question. Whatever happened to Black Wall Street?
They
uh,
bombed them.
yeah, they bombed it. They bombed it.
Wow.
They threw, yeah, they threw grenades from the state. Had airplanes coming and dropping all kinds of bombs. Uh, like 200 something black people died that night. Like I said, I
You
want
would
you
have
to go
think
read
that
it.
there was a war.
Read,
Like, why?
It was a war.
It's a book you
yeah,
can get, man. The Black Wall Street. It's a book. You can buy the book and read up on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
well,
you.
see, see things like this. Like I said, we've been there. Like I say, this is nothing new. We have several it's just locations around the country
yeah,
where black people was extremely successful. See, that's why I tell people this. And I'm forewarning you. That's what my article is about in this upcoming. I'm forewarning you that because you may be comfortable right now, if things get bad
mm,
enough, those militias and everything, you better not. I guarantee you, if they see that you're doing good and you got something, and they don't have it, you will see Wall Street all over again.
yeah,
Trust me.
yes,
Like I say, sometimes history repeats itself. Like I
no
said,
question.
it's survival mode, and you got militias all over this country just for a purpose, such a time as this, that will do that.
Yes, I so agree. I agree with him so much. We may be in a time where we have to recreate it, and it may happen again. But
Right.
what I want us to,
And you hit on it, sir, because we need to come together because that's all we got. We need
yeah,
peace, and we
yeah,
have to look out for you because guess what? Nobody. You think the Asians going to come back to save us? You think white folks going to
no,
do it? You think the Spanish people going to do it? Nope.
no,
They looking out for themselves. They ain't going to take care of themselves.
yeah,
We have
and
to.
that's so
Ain't
true.
no more. Well, we should. We might. We going to have to because that's all we got.
Yeah, you're so right. We're the only race that buy from inside of other races. Other races when they get like stores and even hair, like stuff like that, they don't sell outside of their race. If you, it doesn't matter how much money you had, they sell within.
That's right.
And we need to take the money. We need to stop buying. Here's what we can do. If you know a store that don't treat our people right, let's stop buying there. Let's take our money to ourselves. If you know of a black local business, take your money there first. But at the same time, what I want to say is, black people that do have business treat the people that come in there correctly.
Hmm.
Because sometimes I go into black business, they don't treat you as right. Smile, have if your own people's coming to you with the money, please let's treat each other Let's, like you
That's
said earlier,
true.
let's love on one
And
another.
everybody
Let's
out there
love
who
on one
got a
another,
black
man.
business, treat your people right. Treat everybody right, but
Yeah,
especially those who are of the same kind. Make sure you take care of them
yeah,
because they're putting money in your pocket. They're paying your bills. Don't get cocky.
yeah,
Help each other.
yeah.
The Bible says, as iron sharpens iron, so does a brother or a friend sharpen a friend. We got to sharpen one another.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah. Another thing too is when you do go in a black business, stop asking for discounts, man. We do that way too often with each other. Like the price is the price. If anything, give a little extra. Like here, take this extra five, man, so you can stay afloat. We become more powerful.
That's
Like we
true, man.
shouldn't
The
be
first thing that come out
like your
their mouth
art.
is like, "But I'm a black man like you. Come on, man. Let me slide. Come on, yo. Let me
Yeah,
slide."
like that shouldn't be happening though. Like
Come
you
on,
talked
man.
about the articles that you could print in your paper for like $99 or $190. I'm pretty sure somebody gonna call that for a discount. No,
Of
say,
course,
hey, can I give it?
yeah, but see,
Oh,
like I said, that's the thing that black folks, like I say, we'll play on each other, but other people, because they know other people ain't going to allow, because we do allow, because things are so difficult for the black business owner, and so he
yeah,
cuts
that's
all
so
types
true.
of corners just to survive, and that
Yeah,
people come to expect that. And so, we have to change the culture. And see, that's why the National Black Unity News is the way it is. And you talking about, the directory that I was the Black Nationwide Directory. First of all, before we can even spend our money with black business, we have to know who and where they are. And so, that's the importance of this record. That's why I encourage all the listeners to go to the National Black Discount, the business directory, Black Business Directory. And if
Giving
you
out a
have a business, get
discount,
in there.
baby.
Yeah, you got discounts in it too. But at the
Oh
same
yeah.
time, this is a powerful tool to identify the who we are, why we are, and where
mhm,
we are. And
yeah,
and like I say, this is survival time, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not a drill. This is warfare. And we're
yes
gonna have
sir.
to step up, stand in the gap, and support one another because, like I said, we all we have. Now we coming down to the last 5 minutes of this broadcast. And since we were talking about black businesses, the Wall Street, we had it yesterday right here in Baltimore, right up and down the street we call Pennsylvania Avenue, was one of
Oh
the
yes
well-known
sir.
places around the country. Had Providence own hospital there. This is in my time. We had all types of clubs up and down there. Every major entertainment used to walk the streets on Pennsylvania Avenue. We had a dance hall, typing schools. All of this right on the
The
avenue.
cavalry.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so but again, now we can't beat up on us too bad because, like I said, this was a concerted effort to keep us from achieving Wall Streets.
Yeah,
There are forces out there that do not want us because we are the biggest consumers in the world. See,
yeah,
this is the thing. They don't want to hip us. And I tell people come from all over the world, set up shops in our community and make a fortune. They see the wealth, even the least of us, we spend, and they know it. And so that's why they make a fortune off of us. But at the same time, they dare not. They don't want you to wake up. Because if you start spending with yourself, where are they gonna leave them at? Their business is going to go over. The economy of America is gonna go under. So that's why they put your foot down on us. And so, but we have to be conscious enough to understand the power of our spending dollar, where to spend our money at. If we don't spend with one another, like I said, when we do it though, look at the business. We can build those Wall Streets again. Our businesses can grow. We can hire each other. We can build better schools, and we can recreate our hospitals and everything else that we need. We have enough
yes,
money. They say 1.2 trillion annually, and I guarantee it's about 5 or 6 times more than that. And because they don't want to let you know the power that you have. Like everybody knows, everybody's wondering why we don't see it. But every other group out here knows that there's wealth in us. And if we just
yes,
stop spending with everybody, start spending with us, this whole world will be shaken up.
Exactly.
mhm,
But with that being said, we got about a couple of minutes left, so I want everybody to give out some information if they'd like to about this stuff. And we're going to start with our guests. How can people reach you, sir, Mr. Moore?
yes sir. They can reach me on Facebook. My first name is Kareem. Last name is Moore. On Instagram, my name is humble_K. Is it okay for me to get my numbers as well?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
You can reach me at 443-557-8404 with additional questions, and I'll be looking forward to helping anybody who calls.
Repeat your information one more time.
You can reach me on Facebook at Kareem Moore. That's Kareem Moore, Moore on Facebook. Instagram, you can reach me at humble_K. My number is 443-557-8404. You can reach me at either one of those three, and I look forward to helping.
Hey, fantastic. Brother Bill Gooden, some parting words and your information.
Well, I just want to tell everybody be safe, and they can reach me on Facebook. And once they reach me on Facebook, they can get all my other information.
Okay, fantastic. And we have Brother Hector, your parting words and your information, sir.
All right. I'm Henri Hector, radio personality, motivational speaker from the Henri Hector Show. You can go to my website at www.onrihector.com. There you can check out my website, upcoming events, and even this particular podcast will be available for you after editing. You can reach me on Facebook, Henri Hector, YouTube, The Henri Hector Show, Instagram, Henri L. Hector. I want you guys to continue to check my website for upcoming events. If you're interested for motivational speaking, you can book me. Please book me, I'll come. If you book me, I will come. So, you guys, this is something that is very interesting. I thank you, Mr. Moore, for showing us the presentation. And everybody out there is listening under the sound of my voice. And I always keep saying this, and I'm going to continue to say it. As iron sharpens iron, so does a friend sharpen a friend. Let us continue to give everyone and each and one of us together the sharpening that we need. Because at the end of the day, there is safety in numbers, and we need each other more than ever before. So saying that, God bless you guys. Thank you.
Brother Sir Tyree, how about you, sir? Parting
Yes,
words
sir.
and your contact information.
Contact information is Baba, BABA, Jahi, JAHI 17 at gmail.com. And just send me, if you got questions, you send me questions to that email. And I did want to clarify one thing that Brother Hector has shared, that when you do go get on the bus, I know right now what they've been doing, they're letting people get on in the back of the bus.
Yep.
So that you don't have to pay. And just keeping that in mind. Now, I don't know how they're doing with the metro, because I haven't been on the metro, but I did go out today, went to the post office, because I have stuff I had to mail off for person for the taxes. But people are able to ride the bus for free.
Let me give you a slight correction. This is coming from my supervisors and the CEO of the MTA. You have to pay. However, because the driver doesn't want to be involved with the social situation right now, he's letting you go. But you still have to pay. But he's not enforcing it. I just want to let everybody know that. Because people think that the ride is free, the driver's not really saying nothing. He just don't want to be involved with the public because of the virus. But you still got to pay on all three modes.
All right. Okay, now, in closing, this is David Murphy, your host with the National Black Unity News. You can find us at tnbun.com. Our nationwide directory is tnbundirectory.com. And I can be reached at 443-455-2373. Like I said, our new copy is out. Our hard copy will be out this week. You need a subscription, give us a call, because like I said, we own less than 1% of the media. We all we got. And like I say, the National Black Unity News is here to support you, so you need to support it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bear good night to you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.